Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Off the Rails. Today we are here at the Crampton Tower Museum, as you can see behind me. Now this is predominantly the home of the collection of Thomas Frampton, who is obviously a primary designer of locomotives and obviously helped construction of the railways, a number of the Kent lines themselves. So we'll go inside, obviously we'll see some of his personal collection, his designs. I know they've got a few model railway layouts, and there might even be a little 5-inch gauge surprise if we're lucky and it's running today. So another day of trains, looking forward to it as always.
Of course.
Let's do this. So yeah, we're going to start off in the tower here, guys. So obviously this tells you all about the ancestry of obviously Thomas Frampton, and like I say, he was chief designer of obviously a lot of locomotives, famously one named Folkestone, and he worked with the likes of Brunel, Stevenson, and Brunel the elder, by the way. But yeah, it's all sort of artefacts, things obviously that he owned, not stuff like this because obviously this is modern. Cheltenham as well, we've seen that in a previous video of mine. Obviously, yeah, it tells you a lot of history about Thomas Frampton, obviously hence why it's dedicated to him in the museum. Obviously born in Broadstairs in 1816, and obviously he was the apprentice to John Hague, engineer. Obviously, like I say, he went on to obviously work on various railways, predominantly obviously the Strood line as well. He helped construct, and like I say, he designed locomotives like Folkestone, and worked with obviously Stevenson's as well. So yeah, it's a really fascinating place. I'd really implore you to come here. Like I say, loads of designs. And you can see here obviously Russell Crampton. Unfortunately as well, it's been a bit of a bummer in the sense of they have turned around and said, so they have actually got a 5-inch gauge miniature railway here, but apparently it only sort of runs really around May sort of time, or for special events, which is actually quite a shame. But so yeah, this is what I was talking about obviously in terms of Thomas Russell Crampton's patent for locomotive engines. So you've got the Fire Queen down the bottom here. An old penny farthing bike. Like I say, various pieces here. Right. And like I say, here's some more of his designs. That's the Folkestone, so that's the one that's quite famous that I was speaking about. Obviously it was built in 1851 by Stevenson and Co, and obviously Crampton's patents that's what it was based off of. And this is actually quite another claim to fame for him. So he actually laid down the first submarine telegraphy line from Dover to Calais, which is quite interesting. So various designs, a couple of models here. Stevenson's rocket, that's quite nice. Yeah. What I think we'll do is, it's getting a bit noisy here, so I think we'll head upstairs. So this is all based in an old water tower, which I think is quite a nice touch. Love some of these paintings. There's my beloved. Already bored and we've only been here 5 minutes.
I'm editing photos of the museum.
That's fascinating.
Sarcastic.
So this is a 5-inch gauge live steam locomotive. The South Eastern and Chatham Railway on lorry from the Margate Museum. That's quite nice. I think that's meant to say on loan though. Love some of these traction engine models as well. That's really, really nice. So that's a Showman's traction engine as well by the looks of it. Yeah, there certainly is a lot of history here. So these are all examples of gauge O, and they're all made by Hornby. I love this one. It's a very unusual design actually, with the light bulb there on the front. So I'm assuming that would light up as the locomotive moved, which is very strange. I like this old Hornby turntable as well, that's quite nice. And then you've obviously got all the descendants of Thomas Frampton as well. If you're a rail enthusiast or if you're just a historian and you just like your local history, this is definitely worth coming to. So it does say push gently, so we'll see what it does. Oh, how nice is that? All the little street lamps light up in the locomotive shed. It's a really nice setup, isn't it? Like an industrial setup.
It's cute.
It is really cute, as one would say. Yes, this is obviously the tunnels and the tunnelling. Like I say, Crampton and the French connection. So like I say, another claim to fame for Thomas Crampton was for the fact that he laid the first submarine telegraphy line from Dover to Calais. So it's the first underwater all the way through, which is quite amazing. There, you've got various different sort of railways here, and different sort of, I mean, look at this, the Paris Lyons and Mediterranean Railway, French railways, Newcastle and South Shields Railway. It's a very unusual collection of different railways there. Various old railway related stamps. Kent and East Sussex ones here, that's quite nice. And that's the Kent and East Sussex Railway, so obviously that's Tenterden. That's quite nice. Again, more railway stamps. And then yeah, we're at the top of the tower now. And realistically, it just sort of seems to be a bit of a mishmash of everything. So this actually is there in the main hall, which we'll go and look at in a minute. So this is the Broadstairs stagecoach that they actually have preserved here and on display. It is tucked away, but we should be able to get some shots. And then you've got the old mail coach, gives you some information on. Got various just different locomotive models here. Like I say, it's a very unusual collection. It is basically mainly based on Thomas Frampton, but just seems to sort of be a bit of everything. I like that, the general, that's quite nice. Thanet's tramways, the Isle of Thanet. It gives you all this information on trams. You've got the tram car sheds in Westbrook. It even gives you, obviously, information on incidents that have happened, crashes that have happened. Look at that, the Ramsgate Harbour Terminus. God, what I would love to have seen that back in the day. Gives you obviously all the information about the East Kent buses. yeah, like I say, it's just a really strange collection here, and I had to come and see it. Obviously, it's a shame the 5-inch gauge railway isn't running, but of course, we definitely will be back in the future to document that. It's another little miniature railway to add to the collection. And look at this. This is an actual piece of rail that was used for the tramway, the Isle of Thanet tramway. And that was on Cattery Road. But yeah, I think what we'll do now is we'll go down into the main hall and obviously see what they have there.
His eyes go back to the ball. Thank you.
Oh dear, there seems to be a bit of a crash. Obviously you've got all the various of their collection that you can see. Loads of different 00 gauge there. Then you've got the children's section, Drive the Crampton Flyer, which is none other than Thomas and Percy. So obviously if we flip the switch, there goes Percy. And should we try and get them both going? There we go.
Yeah, I noticed. I love the painting.
Yeah, it's the actual station was actually built to scale using
So this is based on the old Margate signal box by the looks of it, as you can see. Not mistaken, that's a warship there. Love that diesel class. Really finely detailed, isn't it? Love this. All the old vehicles, all the old buses and everything. Impressive layout. There's Tunbridge there. We've got one of the old Southern Terriers. Various different bits of rolling stock.
Very much.
Obviously we'll pop upstairs. And you've got a little end gauge layout here as well. Unfortunately it is out of order, but lovely little setup. Oh, have a look there. See a tiny little Trevor the traction engine. Love some of these models over here as well. I love that funfair traction engine. Look at that. Love some of these. I have a funny feeling as well, they're probably live steam.
No. No, it's blowing in the wind. Do you know, it's nearly 8 o'clock already.
Oh, no, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
So next we're going to go into the beehive. Yeah. Oh wow. Look at the building in here. Yeah, he did say stand in the middle and hear the echo, and you can already hear it. How really random is this? So this is all based off the village Halling, which is obviously near Snodland. The Geoffrey Matthews layout was born on the 2nd of July 1914 at Rochester and spent his childhood in the village of Halling near Rochester. He died in 1981, sadly, and obviously it was his ambition to build a train layout. So obviously they dedicated this to him, and how lovely is this? Obviously if we press the button, any locomotive's going to move? Unfortunately not, it doesn't seem to be on. It's really nice though, isn't it? I love that sentinel wag, that's really nice. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any actual trains on here, on this layout, unfortunately. But what a lovely little memory though. A few random models here, like a little garage setup. A few old vintage cars. And this is obviously just sort of mapping out sort of the tunnel route, which is quite interesting. So this looks like this is all based around sort of Folkestone. Obviously you can see the high speed line here. Yeah. Fascinating. And it's just a random little collection of locos here. Look at all these. Look at that. That's incredible. See, I don't know about all of you guys watching, and I'm sure Nikki will vouch for me on this, but just, it's great just finding just quirky little places like this, isn't it?
But oh, I'm so sorry.
So that's been our trip to the Crampton Tower Museum, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, it's just a very quick whistle-stop tour of it, but obviously it gives you an idea in terms of the history there. And of course, obviously, Thomas Frampton himself. You've got the various little model layouts, double O and engaged layouts there. And then, like I say, we will be back here for the model exhibition at the end of May, and that's when hopefully they're going to have the 5-inch gauge railway running, which I'm sure you're excited for, aren't you?
I'm jumping up and down.
Of course. Anyway guys, that's been another episode of Off the Rails. Really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please consider maybe giving the video a like, comment down below if you've been here before or whether you plan on visiting, and of course maybe consider subscribing because it is free, and we will see you further down the line.